and it is called the Mun Stir. We seem to be having some problem getting our rocket up. We'll have to go back to the VAB for... Oh, no. I wanted to save that stage. No, don't you dare tip over. Don't you dare. Hello, Kerbalnauts, and welcome back to Kerbalinian Odyssey. Well, anyway, here we are with a satellite on the launch pad. And yes, we've just unlocked the Space Pro parts, which means we can create our own satellites, do science and whatnot, but I feel we need some communication satellites up there first. So we're going to launch about 3 of these up into space. They're not going to get any science for these, as I said, and it's not going to fill any contracts, but this is just more for show, because we're limited by our ground-based technology for communications. So I feel we better launch some satellites up there, especially if we're going to send a Kerbal to the Mun. We want to keep in contact with Jeb as he sets his first footfalls onto the Mun, and we can transmit it live around the planet Kirby via satellites. Yeah, so here we are. Anyway, let's go and launch these up. There's 3 of them all together. So while I'm launching these, I will meet you up in space. Righty-ho then, guys, here we are. We're in space. We're going to separate from our launch stage. Thrust away from it. I've set up a maneuver node to circularize our satellite into a 200 kilometer low Kerbian orbit. Now let's thrust up now. Okay, the plan is to set up 3 of these blighters up into orbit at different inclinations, and my right click stops working whenever I'm playing 64-bit Kerbal Space Program. I have to keep an eye on that node. Ah, bugger it, come on, you. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can correct our node a bit. Let's see what we got there. Okay, so we have a 195 by 210. Oh, that is good enough. We can do any station keeper at a later date. So let's point this to the ground, because that is what we need to do for communication. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to set up 3 of these blighters at different inclinations, and I have been studying up on my orbits, especially the ones that satellites use. There are 3 that I know of now, which are called geostationary orbit. Well, everyone should know geostationary orbit by now. It stays over 1 point on the planet because the orbit of the space probe is the same rate as the rotation of the planet. Then you've got the low Earth orbit, or low Kerbian orbit, like this one here. It's a low orbit, it's orbiting at about 40 minutes per orbit. And then you have the non-linear orbit. I'll flash a picture up on there. It's a Russian orbit, so they can cover the North and South poles. Each orbit had its own merits and demerits, like this one, so close to the planet you don't need so much power to transmit or receive. Geostationary, you need a bit more power to transmit and receive from there because it's much further away. And non-linear orbit, same for that, it goes at quite a distance, but it covers the North and South poles, where the geostationary satellites have to be on the equator, which makes it difficult to transmit to them. So yes, that's my lame explanation of orbits for satellites, and I shall not disturb you anymore. Let's go launch Let's go launch another one of these, and then we can concentrate on our Mun mission. Rightio then, guys, here we are again for Crazy Sat 2. And I did say I was going to put in different inclinations, but I didn't think until just right now that I was going to show you what I mean. Right, have to get rid of this cough. Rightio then, we're going to get these to 200 kilometers. Okay, that's good enough. Let's set up our maneuver node. And this is just to show you what I mean. The next one's going to be a bit difficult because I wanted to all three to intercept the same point. Not at the same time. I don't want them to crash. That's good enough for me. Okay, yeah. All three orbits are going to be like that. Well, I could have put a bit more of a thing on it, but... never mind. Yeah, I'll put another orbit at that angle, which means I'm going to be going retrograde to our rotational Kerbin, so I won't get that extra effect. So yeah, I'll do I'll do a fast forward to this one, circularizing. So that's Crazy Comm Sat 2 done, and that's it. We need... Well, I'm going to set up another one, yes, at some point. But I do want to concentrate a bit more on our Mun mission. There you go, nice little bit of rotation on that one as well. Okay, let's go. Let's launch our Mun. Satellite, rocket, or I don't know. Well, here we are, guys. I've just built this, and it is called the Munster. Get that reference if you know that. Where that is from. It's a popular old TV shows from 70s, 60s, or whatever. I used to watch it when I was a kid, even though I wasn't born then. But anyhow, let's get the SAS engaged, throttle up, and no, we don't need throttle up, but anyhow. Solid rocket boosters. This is from the last rocket here. What did I name the last one? The Mun Wonder, yeah. It's the same rocket as the last episode of Mun Wonder. I've added fuel tanks around here with rocket engines and the all-new fuel lines, which will allow us to siphon fuel from the center tank into the outer tanks. Not sure if they're going to do it like all exact same rate. I hope so. Okay. Alright, if this goes all well, I'll probably fast forward this launch up into space, and I'll meet you up there when we get our Mun intercept. Okay guys, here we are. We seem to be having some problem getting our rocket up. No pun intended, but we are having trouble getting our rocket up. We're out of fuel now on our launch stage. This is supposed to be the one that gets us into space. Then we have a small then we'd be able to get into orbit and to the Mun with that stage. So yes, it doesn't seem to be working. Now, I did have another idea. I didn't implement it because I thought this rocket got us to the Mun. All it needed to do was add a few more things to it, and we should be fine. But no Mun intercept this time. So let's separate that. Engage those engines. We'll bring ourselves down. We'll probably another fast forward. Whoa, okay. Flip over if you want. We'll have to go back to the VAB for... Oh, no. I wanted to save that stage, you idiot. You silly sausage. You daft bugger jab. We wanted that money back. Anyway, back to the drawing board. Well then guys, here we are with the Monster Mark II. Let's see if this can get any better. Okay, I've got a setup now with asparagus staging. Yes, I've made an effort of using asparagus staging for the first time in this space program. I've done it before, so it's easy enough. Right, these two rockets will be used up quickly. Well, all these rockets will firing once. That's better to show you, I suppose. What? Where do you come from? What are you supposed to be? I've got a strut hanging in midair for no apparent reason. I'm sure I didn't put it on there. And let's have a look. Yeah, it's only the odd one. I've got one there. Was all. I know. It's from the 3 solid rocket boosters. I didn't take them off of. Well, it's too late now. We're here on the launch pad. We've paid we paid good money for this rocket, so let's get him up. CS engage and launch. Rightio, we're doing our transfer burn for the man. We're a bit late doing the burn, but there you go, it's fine. We're not too bothered about that, are we? No, okay, enough. Yo, guys, here we are after a fast forward in time for our encounter with the man, but now we need to get ourselves in circularization or orbit around the man so we can plan our descent from all the data that new Malcolm has got from his last mission when he was observed the man for picnic sites. Okay, so I've set a maneuver node, set up a whatchamacallit, an alarm clock. So let's set ourselves up with the maneuver node. And let's greet our destiny with a man. Woohoo! Now I wonder what science we are going to get from the surface of the man. Okay, delete and close. Okay, let's do 5 seconds before burn. I think that's good enough. Let's see what we've got there. 1200 by 43, that's good enough. The reason why I've got it a low orbit, well, I don't know, that increases my speed when you go a low orbit. No, my theory was the potential energy of falling down onto a body with gravity would be much less than if you descended from a higher orbit. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, we won't see, but we'll see. Okay, well, where's our landing spot? What are we going to pick? I think somewhere in the sun. Now, there's different biomes on the moon. I'm not going to go exploring them all, not at the moment. We'll have to do an advanced mission for that, and I have a feeling that is going to take ages to get all the biomes. Well then guys, here we are. I've set up a landing maneuver that will get us down onto the surface. I've aimed for the edge of this crater so we can land hopefully in the middle. I thought perhaps this gully, but science, but no, in the crater. So let's go and do this. Okay, I have a feeling we should do this by eye now. Ooh, stop there, that's good enough. Right, the idea now is that when we burn for cancelling out our velocity, we'd end up somewhere in there. Probably won't pan out like that. We have to just make sure we don't land on the rim of the crater. Okay. Let's line ourselves with our retrograde, because we want to be able to slow down. How is our fuel situation? Okay. Let's engage our gear. Checklist in order, yeah. Gear engaged. Switch on our lights. Lovely blue lights. They can be used handily to, as well as shadow from the probe. Probe, come on, get with it. From the silhouette of the spacecraft, from the sun, we can get ourselves down correctly and land how we want to. Yeah. Okay, the center tank and the bottom tank's empty, so okay, I have a feeling we have to start a burn. No, don't you dare tip over. Don't you dare tip over. And we have landed. We have successfully landed on the man. And to congratulate us, we have completed the landing on the man section. We've got some reputation on some funds. And I wish we could use those funds to go and get some fuel, because I don't think we have enough to get into orbit. I'm going to try, or I may not. Anyhow, we've landed on the man. We can do some experiments. We got 40 from that. Yes. We can get some science from the materials bay. Ooh, I'm not transmitting that back. It's to a crew report. Okay. And we can do an EVA. Okay. What contracts have we got? We've only got the one. Yeah, sure. Fair enough. Okay, we're gonna plant a flag. And I'll put some post commentary in here. And yes, we have our cheese. We don't have our cheese actually.